Hello and welcome to New Life Song Stories. Today we're going to be talking about Your Mighty Arms, which is written by Becca Ford. We've got Rebecca with us now, going to talk to us about the inspiration behind the song and how she wrote it. So Becca, where did the song come from and what was the inspiration behind it?
So Your Mighty Arms is about God's mighty arms, and it was all about trying to put into words really how I was feeling at quite a very low time, but finding real strength in the mightiness of God, really. And just how when you're at your lowest of the low, you can be scooped up into these amazingly strong, but yet at the same time peaceful and very comforting arms. And it actually came about because I was at a time when I had two people in my life going through a very, very tricky time who were my parents. They're the strongest people in their faith, and I've seen them go through so many things in life and maintain this strength in that God has got a plan for all of us, and He's got His will be done. And I was seeing them really kind of being battered and taking a real hit spiritually, but ultimately throughout it all, it was always about, it's okay, God's got us, God's got us. And for me, I was really impacted by what they were going through, and really taking that real time in the valley with them. But for them to just be completely lifted up out of this situation continually because of God's arms, it was a real amazing experience to see that. So the whole song really is about finding yourself at the lowest of your low, but lifted so high, even when you're still really vulnerable, knowing that God's got you in His arms. When you're feeling like there's utter turmoil, He is your peace. And it's a real song of contrast, really, talking about how peaceful God can be, and He can be such an amazing comforter, but then also the strongest and mightiest man in every situation that you would ever need. So it's a real song of understanding that He is your lion and your lamb, ultimately at the same time, just asking Him to lift you really into His arms.
So during that situation, and you got the words for the song, how did you then turn it into the structure of the song and the process in writing the song? How did that come about?
Yeah, for me that was a whole new experience as well, because I knew I had these words. I didn't know that they were a song, they were a prayer, they were something that were coming out of me when I was just singing in worship, which happens quite a lot when you're leading worship, you disappear into your own world. But I think God really had a plan for some of that kind of ad-lib worship really to be into a song. So I met with Bally from the worship team and kind of asked him to put a melody to it. I'm not a great instrumentalist, I can't really play that much and that well, so Bally really helped me kind of pull out of the song a real melody, and the experience of that in itself was a real surprise, because again I was continually at a place that I was just really struggling and really finding each day, and the situation my parents were going through a real struggle. So for something to come out of that place that is for me such a song of victory and a real success. It's amazing to be able to hear something that came out of that situation on an album that other people will hopefully be able to receive from as well. So yeah, that process in itself was really, really exciting, and just to be in the team at this time when there's such awesome kind of just fruit coming out of it is really exciting. When we know that we're all in different situations and God is still working in you, and it's just a real encouragement to know that He's got you in His arms, He's got a plan for you. Just stick at Him and stay in that solid place really.
So from this song, how would you like people to be encouraged by the words of the song and the story of the song? What do you think about that?
Yeah, the song, the whole album We Declare is about really speaking truth into your life, but for Your Mighty Arms, I'd really want people to sing it when they don't feel like they can stand on a rooftop and shout, but they can really find that victory in God has got you, He's got you in His arms. Just cover me, God, just cover my situation right now, just protect me when I step into this vulnerable situation. And I think the biggest encouragement I would want people to feel from the song is that regardless of your place you're at, regardless of when you may have fallen short, regardless of how weak you feel, God is your strength. God will cover you, and just the bridge saying, come cover me, come cover me. When you're lost for words, just come cover me, God, just come cover me. So just to be encouraged that you can be lifted out of what I saw while I was writing this song, to be such a very dark and deep valley, He can lift you up.
So that was the story behind Your Mighty Arms. This song can be found on the New Life Derby album, We Declare. Make sure you look it up, have a listen. We would want you to be blessed by the songs on this album. Thank you for listening to New Life Song Stories.
What's in a name? There is a name that never changes, the only one that we can truly trust.